Something a little
a
fish.
lawnmower or something other, and want to bite or want to trade.
Yeah.
Something, a four-wheeler or something other, then just trading around mostly.
Did the one, okay, so she told me something very, very interesting earlier about that truck out there. You got that truck off Dawn? It's, I think, like blue down there at the end. It's like, kind of like, not much left of it, but it's part of the frame and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that from Dawn?
Yeah, that was actually from Dawn. That come about 2 months before Summer went missing. I don't know, he come here one night, and he had Haskell Ryan's dog. He picked it up along the road somewhere. He said he'd hit it and stuff. I mean, I recognized the dog as soon as
He said he hit it?
He said he'd hit it down about Big Creek Market, somewhere down there. I don't know. She didn't act like she'd been hit, you know. Because she got out here and drove me crazy up on the top of the roof, running back and forward and every damn thing. I was trying to get hold of Haskell, Hack is his real name, but to come and get her. And then he was trying to say like I had stole her or something.
What kind of dog is,
She's just mixed up like dog. There's some kin to the dog said is
that were down there?
Yeah, the smaller like dogs.
Oh, okay. So kind of like, probably like mine.
Like they call them mountain fast, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, I tried looking up that Haskell guy. I tried looking up that Marlena Crawford too. Are you related to her? Or
yeah.
Because I saw Crawford in your tree.
I'm related to them on my mom's side.
So then that means that
third or fourth cousins, I think.
Are you related to, by chance, to the Goads?
No, I'm not related.
Do you know how Dawn's mom got here?
They even come about, really. I mean.
So you don't know anything about the Goads,
No.
like or William Goad?
No.
I
just know. Well, Karen Goad's one that moved in and had the house and stuff built, but I can barely remember. I mean, I remember some of things that I'd heard, you know, like this hearsay shit.
Like,
Pardon me, knowing for sure.
Like what?
I mean, just like Dawn stuff kind of drive her crazy and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Recording device. I mean, not recording devices, but devices under her house with recordings and stuff. And
when he was bad on coke or something?
You know, I believe it was. He was just.
Crack
he was trying to drive her crazy or something other than myself. Figured she'd move out or something.
Did you?
He would have it, I'd say. I had my thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
But that's for him and Candace, I believe, got together when he was doing that.
Didn't he, did he,
me and Don, we've not never really talked that much. I mean, he come here once in maybe, like I said, probably 10 times the whole time he lived down there up till Summer went missing. And even the night she went missing, he was here. And the law down there, I mean, I come in that night, I can't think exactly what time I come in. Because I was going to haul cars that day, and then they closed before I could get anything hauled. And then I was going to go to a grocery store, and then I ran on the man out here in Sullivan. He broke down on a motorcycle, and I told him, he asked if I could get hold of somebody to come get it, you know, haul it in for him. And I told him, I said, well, I got a trailer, so I come back and got a trailer here. And went for him the same day Summer went missing. And
was it?
I didn't see nothing in down the holler down there during the times that they allowed she went missing.
You don't know what?
I can't. 3 days before she went missing, there's a white HHR set straight across from that building on the highway down there, where you go around Simpson Loop, right there, right on the corner. They set crossways right against that bank right there. 3 days before she went missing. And every time I go to the end of the road right here and turn up the highway, I could see them there, I never did go down through there to see who it was or nothing, but they'd be like 2 or 3 people standing out. Every time I go out of the hall or anything, every time I look down through there's that YDJ's yard. And it was just 3 days before she went missing, every day up to that day. That's what didn't make sense to me. But there's a girl in here that day too that I seen her come in. See, I did like Andy and them. He was in here.
Earlier that day, because I had to move and let him by because I had pulled the blue car and helped my mom's over in the road, and I had the truck parked in the road, edge of the road with the door open, and I had to go move the truck to let him by. Let Andy by?
Yeah, but what didn't make sense, there's the truck come in. I was down here working on some junk and stuff, loading and stuff, and the truck went in, and I was trying to wait on it to come back out. I pulled out of the road. Well, he kept staying way back, just sitting like. Now it kind of makes sense, but then it didn't. I just thought they were just waiting on me or something to do what I was doing, just being kind. So I finally just backed all the way down here to this wide spot and turned around. And that's when I went on down Lawrence and started working on the cars and stuff down there. But I cannot think what kind of truck it was or nothing. I just remember it was a dark colored truck. So I can't remember if it. That's what bothers me so bad. I remember everything about that day, but that right there. And
they were past your driveway over here a little bit?
Yeah, they's on past about where the water pile is and facing back out there. So they went up there and turned and come back down to right there. And then I got thinking about it because I went back down here and turned, and then I went down there and started working on their cars. And I didn't even think at the time about that vehicle hadn't even come out yet. And then Andy comes in that little car that they was driving, and one of Jody Sue was still driving there.
Are you talking about that silver car? Because I was going to ask you about that silver car. They had a little silver, because that's on my list of questions.
See, that's when Andy was in that day, was that little silver car.
The day that Summer went missing?
And then it was like Andy came in, when I let Andy by that. Well, this is what happened. It's crazy. That truck come in, and then I was down there working. I had cars partly in the road and trailer and everything, and then I
at the end of your drive here?
Yeah, and in my driveway right here. Well, I was trying to get all that mess kind of straightened up, and I was running short of time, so I just said to hell with it, and because I didn't have time to get it unloaded and get to where I need to sell it in time, so I just forgot it, just kind of got it out of the way. Well, I started out of back down here to turn. When I do, there's a girl comes in a car, and this truck's still in here at the time, and I can't remember what tag.
And this is
it was out of state tag. I was trying to think what tag it was on it, but it was odd because I never seen that car no more. I seen it come in, and I never did see it go back out, and never seen it no more.
Is this when you were on the way to your mom's up here down to at 167 or 165, or were you going out of the hauler?
No, I was at 165 at the bottom of the hill. I had some junk cars just like this down there.
Oh, okay. So you weren't down here working. You were down there.
I was here at first, and then I went
to your mom.
Here and turned and went on down Mom's. Isn't that steep curve right here where there's a turnaround?
Yeah, and then
that's where I met that girl in that car. He's a real young like girl. It looked like she probably maybe 18 or 19, what I was figuring, And it is odd that I can't.
Do you know what color hair or anything? Or probably not.
Sandy blonde, kind of dirty blonde like,
You have a pretty good memory, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I could tell because everything you're telling me.
I play a lot of, I run stuff through my brain so much. I try, when there's situation comes up, I try to think what you would think about it, what somebody else think about it, and what I would think about it, not just what.
That's crazy. That's what I do too. Are you a Pisces by chance?
Huh?
Are you a Pisces by chance?
I don't.
What's your birthday? What's your birthday?
November 11th.
Oh, okay. So you're actually
11/79. 76.
you and Don are close in birthdays. His birthdays are in November also. I think it's in November 14th or November. Yeah, because you just seem like I think you seem like a really nice, like, you seem...
I'm easygoing, I'm laid back.
You seem a lot like me, actually.
I take way too much. I mean, I let people push me until...
Yeah,
I can really just blow up, really.
Yeah, so I'm really...
It takes a lot to get me to that point, though.
So when you... I'm still so sorry, because I'm just really stuck in that story you were just telling me. You go by...
That car come in, and that truck's up here. Well, I go on down there. Mom's and Dad's there at Ball Hill. I had
in that trailer that's up on the hill, right? Your mom's?
Yeah.
Like...
I had an old station wagon there at Ball Hill. Well, I had pulled it out of the brush and stuff there, and I actually had a trailer behind me then trying to get it, go ahead and get it loaded so I could take it the next morning. Well, I wasn't thinking at the time about the other vehicles still ain't come out. Well, Andy comes in then, and...
While you're at your mom's?
Yeah.
So you could see her...
still down there working at the road. See, that's all three of them in here then.
So why would Andy come back this way?
And Andy, too.
Why would Andy come back this way?
That truck followed Andy back out. It's like Andy come in and got that truck. I took it like, as I look back at it now, it's like that truck was looking for Andy's place or something, and they went up there and turned, and Andy come in to...
Could be like, hey, it's back there.
Yeah, that's the way I took it, because they followed him right back out. But it bothers me that my mind's blank about that truck. I know it's a dark colored truck, but I can't tell you. I can't
say whether
it's Chevrolet, Ford, or whatnot. That's what drove me crazy.
Did the law enforcement ask you about that too?
Huh?
Did the law enforcement ask you about that truck, or did you?
I told them everything. I mean,
have they?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you have.
That's just like Andy said that work stuff. Well, Ricky wasn't at the time. He was in here. I mean, he's on camera. The law knows he was in here.
The law does know that he was in here?
Yeah, he was on camera.
The
TBI and stuff.
They told you that? The TBI told you that?
I know, though. Well, just like when the bone deal came up. They act like I'm just one of them. I mean, they just don't try to disclose nothing. I mean, the cop that was there, he was the first one on scene down there. And the TBI man was asking him questions about where Candace was, where Dawn was. I mean, just right there in front of me, just like it was, like I was just one of them. I mean,
well,
like, okay. I finally just left, from down there. I mean,
they were asking Dawn in front of you, or wait?
They was asking, the TBI man was asking the cops questions. And, I mean, just, what was Candace, because two of them was the cops that was down there at night, down here at the Bones that night, was the first two on scene when someone went missing. And they was he was questioning them, kind of just trying to find out what was Dawn there, where was Candace, was they upset, was it this, was it...
So they were talking about Summer, even when they were down here about the...
Yeah, I mean, me standing there, just like...
That's weird. So even when they, even just for, that would have been in January, so even during that time, that day it was the night I was here and that all happened? Mm-hmm. And they were talking about the Summer case?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
They sent TBI and Hawkins over there?
Yeah. Well, see, this is TBI at Hawkins County.
Oh, okay.
Inside the jail. I mean, he got his own office. TBI.
Yeah, it must have never been anything, because they didn't, there's a
lot of stuff, they're just not telling a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff will come out here pretty soon, I'm sure.
So, I wonder...
I try to watch what I really reveal with those.
Well, if there's anything you wouldn't want me to say, I would not release it. I mean, I would there was.
I mean, I was asked by the TBI and stuff not to reveal certain things, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Well.
Because, I mean, I pay attention a lot more than people think. I ain't just the old dopehead that slinging dope not paying no attention.
No, I can tell you have a really good memory. You know how I know? It's because you're telling me. That's how I can tell if somebody's honest, and I can tell with you because you repeat stories the same as like the last time.
If you don't lie, you ain't got no.
Right, exactly. That's how I.
mean,
Exactly. It just like happens the same.
there's a lot of people don't like me and her because we straight up and stuff, and 90% of people can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, they say, oh, just be honest with me. Just tell us, just as long as you're honest with me, this and this. I look at them a lot of times and I say, you can't handle the truth. I can tell them the truth and they'll think I'm telling them the biggest bullshit story they ever was.
I know.
And I can make up the biggest bullshit story they was, and they believe it.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it is that? I mean, I don't know. I think. Do you think it's because you live here in? I don't.
Well, it's anywhere really. I mean, like it. I mean.
Because I get that on YouTube, and it's making me wonder, like, everybody, like, I'm, like, the most honest person that,
yeah, and that makes you look like you're the
biggest liar.
Dishonest.
Yeah, isn't it? It drives you crazy.
That's why I didn't really care if I even talked to anybody really or not, because, I mean, everything I said, they turned it around, twisted it every which way, and made it look like I was the biggest liar there was.
Oh, what, you mean on YouTube or
on
just...
YouTube, yeah.
Well, I defended you every time because I'm the one that met you, and I'm like, it would piss me off. Like Jody Sue, I'm like, every time somebody would say, he played that.
I don't know. I feel like Jody Sue's got something involved in it.
Yeah, I mean, something's going on.
Because her and Andy didn't stay. You never seen them at the bottom of the hill or nothing. Never. You might see them pull up at their mailbox or something or get mail or something when Louise coming in or out or something other when you know. But for just standing down there listening, trying to figure out what's being said and stuff. So the summer went missing, they stood down there at Bomb Hill for 3 solid days and nights. Their kids brought them food and stuff down there to them.
What were they doing? Sitting in chairs or something?
Yeah.
Right
Sitting around and standing there and sitting in. They had their car parked down there, sitting there and trying to listen, talk to everybody that was around right there and stuff. I mean, it just made me feel like they kind of covered something up or something. I mean, that's just like that wood pile right there as you go up Wells' driveway. That wood pile happened the day after someone was missing.
Wood pile, like, is it like just...
It's about gone now.
What is it, like logs or like for fire?
Like firewood, but see, they've never done nothing like that in the past or nothing. I just felt like way Dawn talked that she was deceased. I mean, right off. And then he made some kind of comment about some wood or something once. Seemed like, best I remember, made it kind of like a joke like or something about some wood. I just feel like that they may have put her under that wood. That's what, I still feel like she...
Like buried underneath the wood?
Yeah, that's what, I still feel like that. I seriously still feel like that.
Did she just down here at the end of the driveway?
Mm-hmm. As you started the driveway. It's right there on the left. Right, you see them green barrel things? It's right before you get them. I mean, it's right between their mailbox and them things. It's just right there at the edge of their driveway. I mean, it was just weird the way it happened, the way they got the wood in and stuff, and it's still there.
Well,
the other day, somebody been moving some. I mean, some people's got used some of it or something. They ain't near as much there as it was, but I noticed like the last month or so, they really hadn't nothing been moved. I mean, the same amount looked like that, but like the last couple of weeks, I noticed when I'd be going by, I'd just glance over and stuff. Well, I'll do, I run everything through my brain trying to figure this out, for something. But right in the center of it. Somebody been moving some of that wood for some reason.
But you're saying it was there just a day after, or
The very next day, someone went missing.
Really?
Like early that morning. Next morning. Like right over daylight.
But
it was just.
But they, I mean, how would they have had? I mean, wouldn't they have been seen like digging a hole there?
Well.
Because wasn't there the cop? I mean, wasn't cops there for Sarah?
Really, I mean.
Because I do know that they got a whole bunch. I know that people delivered.
That is like Don. He kept that one oldest boy with him, like glue. I mean, right as soon as she went missing, that boy was not away from him. Period. He was with him everywhere he went, and he just extra dead state. Like he wouldn't talk or nothing. I mean, even like when he come here, he was with him, and he just.
Oh, his oldest son was with him that night that Summer went missing?
Yeah, the oldest son was with Don.
Was
up here.
But was Don doing any drugs that night?
Well, he come up here and was just started talking about religion right off, and I mean, that is a red flag for me, because he never talked religion any other time he's ever come up here. The only time he ever come up here in the past is if he got in trouble with the law or whatnot, and wondering what he needed to do and stuff. And I'd tell him what I would do, you know, if it was me in certain situations he was in.
Like what was he wanting advice on?
Well, once and they lied all about that. I mean, when he'd come in and found, I guess, Josie down there at Candace and stuff, and so he didn't tell me he run him up the road to shooting at him and all kinds of stuff like that. He didn't tell me that. He just let him, like he come in down there, and then they got into argument, and then the law came, and they took him, got him for domestic, but if it'd been domestic, it'd been him and her, not him and Josie.
Wait, so he was are you talking about when he got arrested before Summer went missing?
Yeah.
And
when she took restraining order out on him.
And then dropped it. And when that Jose guy was up there?
Yeah, the Jose.
Did you hear that he passed away?
I'd heard somebody say something about it, you know, but I just figured it was a hoax too or something.
No, he really passed away. That's crazy. He got so much, and it makes me wonder if it's like all the hate that he got on YouTube is, because I know he was already depressed, and he finally came and spoke out, and then it wasn't even like a month or two later he killed himself.
I don't really know.
You just have a mouse or something like that there.
Mouse across there. Yeah, they.
So man, I wish you guys.
See, Marlena, her father, Don, supposedly, this is coming from Marlena's father, was telling me that Don had come to him and was talking about they had sacrificed Summer to do away with their sins and stuff. I got another one. But anyway,
doesn't bother me.
See, he passed away now. I mean, nobody can question him about it, you see.
When did he pass away?
Huh?
When did
He had a massive heart attack, but seemed like it was in February.
So just recently?
In the bed, or in the bathroom about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Did he do drugs or anything? Coke?
He used to years ago, but he got in church and stuff and straightened his life out and stuff. He was battling cancer and first one thing and others, but he just went in remission, I reckon, and stuff. He still had a lot of health issues and stuff.
What's his name?
Rick Crawford was his name.
And he told you, like...
He was talking about that Don had come up there. They used to paint and stuff together, work together and stuff, and probably run coke and everything back in the day, the way I was taking it. You know, I just way I gathered it from him, I assumed make ass of myself. But but anyway, he's talking about Dawn to come to him and was, I guess, feeling guilty the way he talked, and was saying that they had sacrificed her to do away with her sins and stuff, and then something about they had taken sold her organs or something other. That was how they had the extra money and stuff around down there at the time, and talking about they wish they hadn't done it and stuff now, then and stuff. But that's just what I was told, you know. How
would he have found somebody that would fight, or I wonder how he got in touch with some.
I feel like a church out there has got something to do with it too. I feel like it's a cult like church. I mean, that's the way I feel. I'm not for sure, but they're under investigation.
They are? Is that one of the things you're...
TBI.
Is that one of
the door shut on it right now? Had been since someone went missing.
Oh no, I went there. I went to church there the last time I was here.
I mean, not really since you went missing. They showed. Well, I don't think when exactly. They may have let them open it back up. I don't know, but I know they did. The TBI did shut the doors on it for a while.
Really?
Yeah, and they are under investigation.
Is that one of the things they told you not to say?
Some of it, yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, if there's something that you say that need to tell me not to mention, because I don't want to. I mean,
some woman took some kind of video or something out at that church, and Dawn exposed her, tried to put it like she was there trying to get children or something, and she was just trying to expose what was happening at the church.
Yeah, that was Molly Golightly. She had one of those spy pens or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what had happened is she got a lot of shit for that, because there was Robin, the one that was supposedly the Sunday school teacher or whatever. That, you know who Robin is?
I don't know who she is. I've seen her.
Yeah,
on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, her daughter was on the camera, and so that's why Molly had gotten so much shit about it, because there was a kid in the...
be alive, I really would. And there's the one little part of me that feels like she is somewhere.
But
I don't know why, but there's a little part of me that says she'll shock the world.
But I wonder why. Do you think that Don really said that to that Rick Crawford guy, or do you think he's...
He did just like this. When she went missing, when I come in about 7 o'clock that evening, she done the law, everything. Well, I'd probably come in by 8.
But you had already been in...
The whole holler shut down, you know.
You had already been in earlier that day, though, right? You were already in earlier that day, right? That's just when you came...
Yeah, I've been here all day up to about, I don't know, probably about 5:30 or something there. And that's when I went out. And then I come back in and got my trailer to haul that motorcycle. So that probably put it around 6:30 or something there. Between 6 and 6:30.
So right before she...
I didn't see nobody right there. Around
right when she was...
Nothing at that time, you know. But when I come back in from grocery store and taking that motorcycle, I ended up with another motorcycle on trailer coming back with it, which is sitting out there. But, what was I trying to say? My mind went blank for a second.
No, you were saying how you went out when it was like just when you came back in at 7. You were about to say something about when you came back in at 7.
Yeah.
And I asked you.
I don't think exactly.
You got grabbed the trailer and motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how I want to say here, you know.
Oh, why?
Something. I want to word it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if there was something you weren't supposed to say.
I come in. Say I come in at 8 o'clock, where the holler shut down. Well, I come on up here, and then I actually walked back down there. And it is weird because just like within hours of her missing, like Andy's daughter, the one that he's supposed to told that he seen her body. See, I was brought up that day, and he down there, and he allowed that he didn't know why she even said that, because Jody Sue asked him right then, you know, why did he tell her that? But she was talking about some psychics and stuff already on YouTube. I mean, it was just weird. There's a bunch of names got up on that she was saying about YouTube right then before anything, you know, within hours of her missing, talking about. I was trying to think who she was talking about. There's 3 different like psychics that she was listening to and stuff and making fun of and all kinds of stuff, and
one of them
talking to them. I mean, Summer's name was even brought up, you know. I mean, on YouTube right about them. It just, I couldn't figure how Summer's name got out there and that quick and stuff, and with certain ones, you know.
It was all within.
It made me feel like, I mean, this whole case makes me feel like that Hawkins County has done some fucked up shit. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Summer Martin just showed back up one day, and them just like bringing awareness of what could happen to people in the world, you know. I've thought about that a lot, because way they done a couple cases in the past and stuff, like my best friend, he went missing December the 8th. They had his body December 21st. We tried to report him missing the same day. They tell us we can't report him missing because they seen him that day. But what they didn't tell us, they put him in a body bag that day. 2 years later, coroner fucks up and calls his mom. That's how we find out he's dead. They bring the cadaver dog, everything out, played a role. They put up big rewards, all that, during that 2 years. I mean, just like they're doing something. I mean, search all that. And they done had his body.
What was
Why
his
would
name?
they do all that? You know?
What was your friend's name?
Jason Arnold. But see, Hawkins County didn't like him.
Why didn't they like him?
I mean,
Just
he went in, if he got in trouble, he wanted to pull his time right then, and he give him hell. I mean, really give him hell at the jail and stuff. I mean.
So you're saying, okay, they said
didn't care if he was dead or not, really, what I was saying, you know, what I was trying to get at. Because he did move a little bit of drugs, but nothing like they wanted to allow, you know. They wanted to put it out there like he was the kingpin of all kingpins.
What about, okay, I have so many, oh my gosh, I have so many questions. So how reliable do you think that Rick Crawford is? Like, is he an honest man? Do you think that Don really said something?
A long ways, and me and him never told each other nothing that wasn't true.
So you think that Don really said something to him about sacrifice?
Just like Don, he kept trying to get me to wanting to give me a book about some kind of Christianity bullshit.
Ellen White. Ellen White.
I felt like if somebody had actually sat down and look at the book he was talking about, may figure out what's going on. I mean, that's my feeling. The way everything happened right off the rip. I mean, him going straight to Christianity and stuff, and then why would Rick Crawford have any? Why would he even bring up anything like that if it wasn't the truth, you know? I mean, because me and him went back a long time, and I mean, I ran coke for him and stuff, but years ago, and which I didn't know Don or nothing at that time.
So Don wasn't doing it?
All the time. I think him and Don used to work together painting and stuff, I think. Painting and shoot rock. And
do you think Don ran coke for him too? Do you think do you think Don ran coke for him too sometimes?
I'm not for sure.
Don claims...
I didn't know Don. See, I knew... See, I went by down there one day. I forget what it was even over. Me and the old lady had rode around the hill down there, and I'd mentioned coke or something other, and just by me mentioning it, he went and spent right as soon as I left. It made me feel bad because Candace brought up later, you know, when I'd seen her maybe 6 months on down the road past them, you know, after I mentioned it, you know, I talked, you know.
Yeah, and he started fiending.
I'm trying to get him to go get none.
He started fiending.
And by just mentioning it, that he has a weakness for coke, I reckon, the way Candace talked. And just by mentioning it, he would go and spend everything he got on it. Just by somebody mentioning it. He fiends for it so bad.